Hello, this is State Senator Chris Marr from Spokane's 6th Legislative District, and welcome once again to my legislative update from the state capitol. Recently, the Senate had the opportunity to honor the 6 law enforcement officers who have been shot and killed in the line of duty since last October. It was a solemn and emotional ceremony on the Senate floor, and I really hope we never have to go through anything like that again. I've had the opportunity over the last couple weeks to meet with local firefighters, police officers, and state patrol troopers and let them know just how much their service and sacrifice means to all of us. They do dangerous work on our behalf every day. But that doesn't mean we can't help keep them safe. I've sponsored Senate Bill 6231 at the request of the State Patrol to protect troopers and emergency responders along the side of our highways. In just the last year, we've had 30 incidents where responders have been injured on the side of the highway with their lights on. It's already against the law to speed past a stopped patrol car with its lights flashing or the scene of an accident where fire crews are working without at least trying to move over into another lane. Now, this bill doubles the normal traffic infraction fine and defines an emergency zone as stretching from 200 feet before to 200 feet beyond a scene where patrol cars, emergency vehicles, or tow trucks are responding. It also creates the crime of reckless endangerment of emergency zone workers for motorists who speed by in a manner that endangers or would be likely to endanger emergency zone workers. Violators would have their driving privileges suspended for 60 days. I also wanted to take the opportunity today to tell you about another bill that I'm working on that pertains to fire service. Currently, cities and towns with populations of 100,000 people or less can maintain a municipal fire department, be annexed into a fire district, or create their own fire district. But cities the size of Spokane can only be served by one option, and that's a municipal fire district. Senate Bill 6418 would extend all 3 options to a city the size of Spokane. Now, any decision to change could only be enacted by a public vote, but this would give the public new options about the kind of service levels that it deems appropriate. Finally, I'd like to tell you about Senate Bill 6627, which deals with increasing access to prescription drugs for those of us in the Spokane area who may rely on providers over the border in Idaho. Washington pharmacies today are authorized to fill prescriptions written by physicians, osteopaths, dentists, podiatrists, and others from neighboring states and Canada. This recognizes our increasingly mobile society. Now, current law does not allow our pharmacies to accept prescriptions from advanced registered nurse practitioners in those areas. My bill would change that, increasing access just that much more to needed prescription drugs. Now, before I go, I want to give the details for the 2 town hall events I'll be holding in Spokane on February 20th. From 10 to noon, I'll be appearing at Northwood Middle School on the north side, and from 2 to 4 p.m., I'll be at Hamblin Elementary on the south side. I encourage you all to come out. I'll be giving an in-person update on where things stand this legislative session, but really, I'm mostly there just to hear from you. At that time, we'll be on the cusp of making some major decisions with just 3 weeks left in our regular legislative session. We need to hear from you before we make those decisions, so I really hope you'll come out. In the meantime, feel free to call the legislative hotline to leave a message for myself or for the governor, or just send me an email. I'd love to hear what's on your mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week for another update.